I met Robert Quinn at Lieutenant Colonel Terry Lakin's trial in Fort Meade, Maryland, when he was court-martialed and thrown in Fort Leavenworth prison for 6 months because he wanted Obama to show his birth certificate. So Robert Quinn wrote a good article here, and I thought I would just read it. It's called America, Our Stolen Country, Session 7. To America, July the 14th, 2016. Pause and reflect. I begin this letter, Session 7, by requesting that all recipients of my previous letters on this subject review them, for they factually emphasize how Barack Obama unlawfully contrived and succeeded to secure an invalid presidency over our country. Example 1. For over 2 years, Obama used an Hawaiian short form certification of live birth as supposed proof that he was born in Hawaii and therefore was a natural-born American citizen and eligible to seek the office of presidency. In truth, however, that short form certification of live birth had limited power and could not be used by anyone seeking the office of the presidency. A long form certificate of live birth would have been acceptable. Obama, a former constitutional teacher, knew this, yet deliberately used his document to deceive our nation, though unaware that computer experts had declared it both invalid and, more damning, a fraud. This now made Obama's actions criminal. Had anyone else been found guilty of such conduct, they would be wearing stripes in a federal prison. Example 2. I previously wrote that not one Hawaiian hospital had ever claimed to be Obama's birth hospital. This included Kapolani Medical Center, the one Obama so claimed. Also, when the governor of Hawaii, Neil Abercrombie, went to the Hawaiian Health Department to personally obtain a copy of Obama's supposed valid birth certificate, he returned to his office empty-handed and reported this rejection to the Hawaiian people at large. Odd, isn't it how the major media missed this story? A trail of deception runs through every Obama effort to keep his ineligibility secret. If silence worked, he utilized it. If not, he used false documents to keep his deception intact. If all else failed, he simply lied. Truth, sadly, never had and still hasn't a seat in the Obama's moral kingdom. Example 3. Army Lieutenant Colonel Terrence Lakin wrote to Obama after hearing more and more challenges to Obama's ineligibility, simply asking him to supply proof of his eligibility, since only a legitimate commander-in-chief may give orders to the military. Obama never responded and allowed the colonel to suffer through a court-martial at which his defense team was forbidden to introduce any evidence which might, quote, embarrass the president, end quote. American justice? This was the order of the court. Where was Obama's voice at this trial? It was silent. What a contrast. The colonel, who freely gave 18 years of his life to America, was imprisoned and lost everything, while Barack Obama illegally took everything he could from that same America. Example number 4. Obama had repeatedly praised the cause of minority students who desperately sought financial aid, a commendable cause. Yet when Globe magazine offered him $100,000 to help those students, he ignored the offer and the Globe, because the offer had one condition which Obama knew would be his downfall if he complied. He would have to produce a valid Hawaiian certificate of live birth. Having only a limited fraudulent document, he dared not respond to the Globe's offer. Hence his silence. Example number 5. Donald Trump, the Republican presidential nominee, now enters the picture, offering Obama $5 million. You are reading correctly, with a similar stipulation as those previously mentioned herein. All Obama had to do was produce a valid certificate of live birth to show computer experts for verification of its authenticity, and the money would be his to give to charities of his choice. Obama not only ignored the offered amount, but ignored the person offering it, as he had done with the others mentioned herein. Even a second offer by Mr. Trump, this time for $50 million, you are still reading correctly, was quietly ignored. Think of what this amount could have done for many students in need. Then think of what the students must be thinking. In my next writings, I will explain why I concentrate on Obama's presidential ineligibility, which some dismiss as a closed issue. Having an ineligible, fraudulent imposter in the White House who can destroy the country we love through executive orders, etc., should never be referred to as a closed issue. Whether Republican, Democrat, or otherwise, we must remember that Obama would allow to perish what we were taught to cherish: America, land of the free and home of the brave. To be continued. And Robert Quinn's email address, if you want to respond to him on his writing, is Robert Quinn, Quinn, Robert Quinn, Quinn, at earthlink.net.